what's going on, folks? Mr. Brunsvold here. Today I'm going to be explaining how to do the Unit 9 performance assessment, which is what car should I buy? So what you're going to want to do is open up Unit 9, then open up the orange performance assessment folder at the bottom. And then you'll see a few different resources down here. So we've got a loan calculator, we've got what car should I buy, the actual assignment, and we've got some websites for finding cars down here. So start by opening up this what car should I buy assignment, and then what you're going to want to do is open up this PDF document and put it into Notability. So I'm just going to open that up right now. Okay, and then all the instructions for the assignment are directly on the document here. Okay, let's just read the introduction. Your parents are helping you buy a car. They tell you to spend up to $10,000 on the car, and they will make the car payments. Pretty sweet deal. You need to present at least 3 options to your parents and show them which car is the best for you. The goal is to keep this car for 5 years. So you're figuring out 3 different options for cars that your parents could potentially buy for you. They have to be under $10,000, and you have to keep the car for at least 5 years. And so what you're going to do is you're going to use Google Sheets to organize this information and keep a 5-year analysis of each car. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is open up a copy of the Google Sheets template document and name it. And you're going to name it My Car Options and then your name. So let me show you that. So if you go back to the assignment, and then you look at this link down here, My Car Options Spreadsheet Template. So you're going to select that. You're going to select Make a Copy. And then you're going to name it My Car Options and then your name. So I'm going to name mine My Car Options and then Mr. Brunsvold. Okay. All right, and so then let's go back to the document here. The next thing it says to do is find 3 potential cars that you might want to purchase using website provided or your own resources. Okay, so let's again jump back to the assignment. And I'm actually going to go back to the folder that the assignment is in. And what you should see is this little blue folder inside there called Websites for Finding Cars. So you could use Cars.com, AutoTrader, Carfax. You could really use any website that you want to. Okay, I'm just going to try AutoTrader. I'm going to open this up in a new tab. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to look for a Nissan. I like Nissans. My first car was a Nissan Stanza. Let's see if we can still find any. I live in Roseville. No results. Yeah, they don't really make Nissan Stanzas anymore. Let's try this again. Nissan. Let's try a Sentra. That's what I drive now. Search. Okay, and we'll start with the cheapest ones because we only have $10,000 to spend. Here we go. Used 2016 Nissan Sentra with 161,865 miles. The price is $9,959. Okay, so let's start putting that information in here. So car, it's a 2016 Nissan Sentra S. Cost of the car, $9,599. Number of miles. Number of miles. 161,865. Gas mileage. Let's take a look. It should say somewhere on here if we click into it. Here we go. It says 29 miles per gallon in the city, 37 on the highway. So you could use either of these two numbers. I'll use the highway mileage because I drive on the highway a lot. 37. And so again, what this number means is this is how many miles you get per gallon. So for 1 gallon, you can drive 37 miles on that. Okay. All right, so then let's jump back to here. So we've searched for 1 car, you've got to search for 3. And so for your second car, you're just going to go down to car 2 down here. And for your third car, you're just going to go to car 3 right here. Right, so they're all pretty similar. Okay, and then once you do that, you're going to set up the formulas to have Google Sheets calculate the data for each car. So we've done some practice with Google Sheets. For the miles, you're going to take your previous year plus 12,000, right? And you don't have to use the formula. If you want to type it out and calculate each one on your calculator, you can do that. It's just a lot quicker to use the formulas. Gas costs, you're going to do 12,000 times 3,500 divided by the miles per gallon of the car. Right, maintenance, you'll take the previous year times 1.0125. Okay, and then if you want to scroll down to the bottom, they actually show you how to calculate these values in Google Sheets. So for example, if you want to get your mileage after year 1, you're just going to type equals and then B3. Well, why do you type B3? Well, that's because that's the mileage, the starting mileage for the car, because that's B3. See that? And then if you add 12,000, because that's how many miles you're adding each year, 1,000 miles for each month, that'll calculate your mileage for year 1. And then if you want to get your mileage for year 2, you're just taking B6. That's your mileage for year 1 and adding 12,000. If you want to get your mileage for year 3, you're taking C6, right? That's your mileage for year 2 and then adding another 12,000. Okay, and so then you just keep doing that. Once you calculate the mileage for year 2, you can do the thing where you drag on the corner and then select autofill, and that'll fill in those values. I can show you how to do that if you're confused on that at all. Gas costs, you're taking your mileage for each year, which is, again, is always 12,000. You're multiplying by 350. We're just assuming gas costs $3.50 a gallon. Costs a little more than that right now because of the war in Ukraine. But it's going to go back down again. And then you divide by the mileage for the car. So my car got 37 miles per gallon, so instead of dividing by 29, I divide by 37. And you can kind of see that your cost for gas shouldn't really change from year to year. So these values should all be the same, right? Look up here at the gas costs. They're all the same. And then you're just calculating the sum, so you're adding those all up. Same thing with the insurance costs. Those don't really change. We can take a look at what the actual formula is for that. To model the cost of insurance, you're going to use the following rule. The cost is $30 per $1,000 of car value. So the more expensive car you buy at the beginning, the more expensive the insurance is. This is kind of true. And actually, you can see it's more expensive for men than it is for women. That's actually how the insurance companies do it. Because they know that men are more likely to get into significant accident statistically, so they actually charge men more for insurance, especially young men. And then you're going to double these rates if you have a sports vehicle. Right, so if you're buying a Mustang and you're a guy, your cost is going to be $80 for every $1,000 your car is. So if your car cost $8,000, you're going to take $80 and multiply that times 8. And again, if you want the formula for that, it's just in the spreadsheet right here. So take the cost of the car, divide by 1,000, and then you're just going to multiply by your rate for each one. Maintenance. The current average cost for yearly maintenance on a car is $1,100. This cost goes up about 1.25% each year due to inflation. So you're going to take your previous year cost and multiply by 1.0125. You're going to calculate for year 1, then write a formula for year 2, and fill in the rest by selecting cells and choosing autofill. And then for your car payment, your parents want to start making payments $200 each month, and that's $2,400 for the year, but decrease their total yearly payment by 10% each year until the car is paid off. Put in $2,400 for year 1, then write the formula for year 2, and then fill in the rest by selecting autofill. If you need help with this autofill part, just ask me, and I can show you how to do that. And then to get your totals, you're just using these sum formulas. So you can see to get the total for gas costs, we're just summing cells B8 through F8. So that's these 5 right here. If you just type equals sum and type that in, that'll add up all those cells. Same thing here, this will sum up the insurance costs. And then if you look on this column right here, what we're actually adding up is the total cost for year 1. So gas, insurance, maintenance, and car payment, adding all those up for year 1. That's your cost right there. And then adding up all those things for year 2, so on and so forth. And then finally, we've got this total. This is going to be the total cost of the car. And so that's it. Okay. So sorry, that last video got cut off a little bit. So just um, to get the total cost, you're just summing up either your totals for the years, which I believe is how they did it. You could also sum up your totals um, for gas, insurance, maintenance, and car payments. So you could add up these four values and potentially get the exact same number right here. And so that'll tell you the total cost of the car. After you've done this for each of the three cars that you researched, what you're going to do is decide which car is the best for you based on the data you have presented. You're going to explain why you believe this car is the best option for you. You need to use evidence from the spreadsheet to support your decision. So you can't just say, well, I want the Mustang because it's really cool, or I want the, I want the Volkswagen because it looks nice, right? You've got to be using data from your spreadsheet to support your decision. You're going to choose one of the formulas that you put into the Google Sheets, and you're going to explain how it works. You're going to choose one row from your table that is working as an arithmetic sequence, and you're going to name that row and describe how you know that it's an arithmetic sequence. So you'll write the formula here, and you'll prove how it works here, and you'll say which row it is up here. You're also going to choose one row from your table as a geometric sequence. You're going to name the row, and you're going to describe how you know it's a geometric sequence. So you'll write the name here, and how you know that it's a geometric sequence. And then you'll put in the sigma notation for that row down below here. And then you're going to want to verify on Desmos that you get the same sum here as you did on your Google Sheet. Lastly, for extending, you're going to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of using a spreadsheet, so Google Sheets, to calculate a sequence of terms and series of sums. Like we have been doing this unit. So what are the advantages of doing it that way? What are the disadvantages of doing it that way? Okay, that's about all I have for you. So get started on this. Let me know if you have any questions.